Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 26th of February, 2024. My next to last streaming day of the week, because this is a shorter streaming week for me. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed my microphone being adjusted. Last night, people had recommended that I tried to make it louder. I did. I'm basically at the limit of what I can do before, like, the audio will start to be distorted. But people seem to like it all day. No one complained about it sounding too loud or being blown out or anything like that. And my streams sounded louder. Like, in general, everyone's always complained that my content's too low volume, and apparently this kind of solved it. So good. I'm happy for that. I hope that sounded better for you guys. So, a fun and interesting streaming day today. We started off today with the Level 1 podcast talking not only about that volume level adjustment, but the fact that I had unbeknownst to me, not added any new artwork to my pre-stream rolls, you know, what rolls before my podcast and during breaks, for months. I have had new artwork designed by people for many months, and in fact, I had some artworks that I hadn't even used that much, and I added them to the end of my slideshow, and apparently no one ever saw them. And I realized this yesterday, because I was looking and I was like, wait a minute, I remember this one, I remember this one. There's like 5, 6 new ones. Where are they? And come to find out, it's a problem with OBS that I knew about from years ago, but I had no idea that I was ever going to run into the problem again. Essentially, it's like a memory issue where I used to be able to run all animations and stuff. I used to have big moving artworks and stuff in the beginning of my streams, and I had to get rid of them when OBS did this update that limited the size of a slideshow, and now I've added so many slides to my slideshow that even that exceeded the file size that was allowed, I guess. So anyway, if you want to hear a bunch of that technical stuff, check out the podcast from this morning. And then we talked a little bit of game news and stuff like that. There was some interesting stuff about Capcom Cup and stuff talked about. So good stuff this morning on the show. I hope you give it a look. Then we jumped into Tekken 8, and today was a very good Tekken 8 stream, but basically was the first time I think ever that Tekken actually caused me to rage really bad, and I'll tell you why. So basically today I implemented all new stuff. Last night I'd studied up even more on YouTube. I learned about Yoshimitsu's unblockables that I hadn't been using. I learned about some combos and combo enders that I hadn't been using. And while I was streaming today, I had 1 or 2 people that were being very helpful and explaining, hey, here's a mix-up that you totally don't do and you should do. Because right now, there's a common move that I use with Yoshimitsu that does what's called a heat engage dash. Basically, after you hit someone with a certain move, the screen scrolls and you can run up to the enemy and you run right next to them. Now you have options. What do you want to do? You want to hit them high? You want to hit them low? You want to throw them? You want to jump and do them with a mix-up with a jumping move? Or an unblockable, because Yoshimitsu has a lot. So basically, the chat helped me to learn combos and things today. I was like, wow, so grateful for that. And I was doing really good. Like, I started at the lowest rank in the red ranked levels, and I tiered up. And then I tiered up again. So in one stream, essentially, it was like me going through an entire tier in Street Fighter 6. Like, imagine me playing Street Fighter 6 and going all the way through Platinum or all the way through Diamond in one go. Right? It's pretty much what it was. And I was doing really well. Some of the matches were close. Were like, I win one, they win one, close final match, and I win. I was like, yeah. So it was getting really good. And if you want to see good gameplay, I think, this is my best gameplay yet today. Like, really. Some of the mix-ups and combos and things I'm doing are really well executed. Now, basically, the last 20 minutes today, I got tilted. And here's why. So I reached the highest tier of the red ranked. If I won like a few more matches, I was going to get into the purple, which is the next tier. First match, it puts me against a purple ranked player, and they're using a character called Victor. He's brand new. I have barely fought any Victors in Tekken 8. Like, probably 5, if that. And most of them had no clue how to play the character. This guy I play, everything he does is safe. He's doing all these combos. I can't ever, like, punish them. Everything he does. So he's like, poke, 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 poke. So when do I get a chance? Because everything's so safe. And he has this move, I guess, where he, like, teleports up to the sky, and he comes down with his sword like this, and if it hits you, it does, like, 50% damage. It's insane. It's not even an unblockable. It's just insane damage. And he did it, like, 3 times, because, again, I never really fought the real character before. Someone who knew what they were doing just trounces me. And I'm like, it's disheartening when you lose like that, because you have never seen this stuff that the character is capable of doing yet. And it's like, wow, I had no idea he had any of these moves or this stuff. I don't even know what to do to that. Like, I lose to Victor. I'm like, I didn't learn. And that sucks. That's the worst feeling when you lose in a fighting game, but you don't feel like you learned anything from the loss. It just feels like you wasted your time. That's how I felt after that fight. So then after that, I fight a Lee player. The Lee player is not very good. Okay, I'm just being honest here. All they're doing is they know this 1 or 2 quick kick mix-ups, and I don't know the animations to if they're high-low, so I just keep getting mixed up and hit, and I'm like, it's so frustrating. Because again, I'm losing to lack of character knowledge. It's not that someone has like got my goat and is completely outplaying me. It's just the same thing over and over, and I don't know how to stop it because I've never seen it, and I'm looking to the chat for help, and at this point, late in the stream, basically the people who were helping me previously had left, so there was no advice to be given. I'm like, man, the hardest matches were at the end of the stream, and the people who were helping me were gone, so I couldn't learn what to do to stop this stuff. And then the final match that really pissed me off, there was a Paul player. And the Paul player, again, wasn't doing anything like super impressive, but was doing these kind of like high-low mix-up combos that I don't use when I use Paul. I'm more straightforward. And even he got me to the corner or to the wall, and I kept blocking, yet my guard stopped blocking. And I was like, what happened? So maybe there's a guard crush mechanic in Tekken I'm not even aware of. But, like, my character legit just stopped blocking after a while. And I was like... And, of course, it freaked me out. I started swearing. I started going crazy. Essentially the same kind of rage outs that I was having in Street Fighter 6 I had today in Tekken. It's really the first one I feel like I had since playing Tekken. Because now I'm getting to those ranks where... Again, if you get dominated and you don't feel like you learned what happened or anything, it feels like a waste of time. It's incredibly frustrating to me. So that's really what happened at the end. The good news is, you know, up to that point, I was doing really good, and I did learn a lot today. I did implement a lot of new stuff into my gameplay today. I did better. I ranked up multiple times, and I am going to continue to use Yoshimitsu and try to get him to higher ranks. I think I can. I think if I stick with him, even though it might be a difficult climb for me to learn all this character knowledge, because there's 32 characters in the game, and I basically need to learn all the stuff that they do at high level, which I don't know, because I wasn't good at Tekken until this one. Like, this is the best I've ever been at a Tekken game. I feel like I'll get there, but there's going to be these moments, right? But anyway, tons of fun. I'm happy that I did as well as I did. I was pleased that I'm hanging at that level, and I know I'm going to continue to improve. So it was all good. And I do want to say thanks to not only those who were there and supported, but those 2 people who helped me in the chat with that stuff to learn on the fly. That was, like, very important, so thank you for that. Late stream tonight was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and we started off basically doing all the side missions that I could find. Did them for about an hour, and I was like, you know, I really want to do story. So we went to the story and did it for about an hour and a half. So we actually had an extended stream of Like a Dragon tonight. And the story's getting good. Like, the story's picking up. It's getting interesting. I'm like, all right, this is cool. We're actually right in the midst of story development, and I think that a lot more story is about to happen. So tomorrow, when we play it again, we're going to go right into this big story, and I'm excited for that. It's looking good. After, like, no exaggeration, after, like, 2 weeks or more of just kind of doing busy work content and side content, finally getting story advancement felt pretty good tonight, and it's interesting and fun, and looking forward to more tomorrow. Okay, so overall, today was a pretty good streaming day. I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and looking forward to tomorrow, which is, incidentally, my final streaming day of the week, because I'm off Wednesday, and then Thursday is the premiere of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth all day long. So tomorrow, we'll have a nice podcast in the morning. I have no clue what we'll talk about, because it really depends on what news is going on. Then we will jump into Baldur's Gate 3, and this is kind of a big stream because it's the final major stream of Baldur's Gate 3 before this game is dramatically reduced the amount I'm going to be playing it. It's only going to be once a week moving forward while I play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth a ton. This game, Baldur's Gate 3, will be like once a week, okay? So, last chance to come by and hang out with me for one of these major Baldur's Gate 3 streams. I really enjoyed having it be the main featured stream for 2 months, but now it definitely needs to get scaled back for new stuff. We're in Baldur's Gate. Now we're going to be doing missions there. There's a ton of missions to find and unlock, so I'm excited for that and see where it goes tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be more Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth as we continue on with these story developments that we started tonight. And like I said, not here Wednesday, but back on Thursday for an entire day of Final Fantasy VII, okay? All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Please keep in mind a couple things. DSP Reacts. Every day, a new video from the DSP versus the Internet show is live over there. I have new videos of Heavy Rain, my retro react of that from last night, going live over on DSP Throwback. In fact, as I'm recording this, a part should have went live. So, new stuff every night there. And please vote on the poll there to determine what you want to see for the retro react this Sunday. All right? By the way, probably more Heavy Rain. It looks like people really are digging the playthrough and want more. So, all right, everyone. Thank you so very much. Please have a good, safe evening. I hope to see you tomorrow for my final consecutive streaming day of the week to end the festivities before Final Fantasy VII comes on Thursday. All right. Peace out. Have a good night. See you later. Bye-bye.